Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. I am still Blue Moony, fantasy writer and shy magical library in human skin. Hello, Latui. Lovely to see you. Welcome, welcome. We are going to be playing Banished again tonight. Yes, here is our lovely town of New Isengard waiting for us. But first of all, let's turn down the lovely opening music. Bye-bye opening music. I will figure out a way to do this smoothly at one point in my existence. Oh, and here we are. Game music, hooray! Oh, dearie me. How is everyone today? How are you? I hope you're well. Yes. Honestly, I have done a lot more today than I generally like to do. I think for many people, the amount I've done today is exceedingly below average, but for me, it's a lot. We woke up 10 minutes ago. Good morning! Good morning to you. I hope you slept well in that case. Oh dear. But yes, I'm sorry if I always seem not quite my best. I'm not sure if you've ever actually seen me at my best. It's just, one of those times it seems I'm just not feeling particularly well at any point. But we can keep going. There is no problem with that. And usually I find after I've been streaming for a little while, I actually start to feel a little better. Maybe it's just keeping my mind off other things and focusing on something else that may help. So anyway, let us load New Isengard and see how long it takes me for muscle memory to kick in. Somehow I managed to forget how to play a game after not playing it for, barely a week. Okay, we are paused right now, and there are fish back next to the boarding house. Why have they not been collected? Okay, so what was... Herbalist was first on our agenda. We have to build a herbalist. And where was I going to pop that? I was going to pop that over here. Fishies. So many fishies. They keep leaving the crates by the boarding house and then leaving them for half a year and then collecting them and eating them, I assume. So I was less concerned when it happened in the winter, but we're in spring right now, so these fishies are going to go rotten. Except I don't think they can go rotten in the game, which is helpful, but not particularly realistic. Okay, so where is everything again? We've got our hunting lodge and gathering hut over here. We have our fishies over here. We've got just one lovely big field here. Ooh, we're growing corn this year. Yum. I love corn. There's our woodcutters and our tailors and our very, very important school. That's our blacksmith, which I keep calling ironworks for some reason, which I don't think is the same thing. Here's our boarding house. I haven't started building individual houses yet. I want to get everything else done first. And I'm sure I wanted to put the herbalist. Was it in here or over here? I think probably down here. Oh dear, why can't I remember exactly where I wanted to put it? This is frustrating. Maybe was it in here next to the school, maybe? I'm just worried about... Let's go corn! Corn is nice. Oh dear, yes, corn is a good crop. It's a solid crop. You can do a lot with corn. We can make the corn bread. We can just drizzle it in butter and spices and nom it off the cob. We can put it in salads. It's very versatile. But where is this herbalist going? I'm going to be so frustrated if I remember exactly where I wanted it. Just I can't remember. I'm half I'm maybe 85% convinced there's a certain tree that we get most of the herbs from, but I only remember what it looks like in the winter. I can never ever remember what it looks like in any other season. I mean, technically it would make more sense to put it over here, wouldn't it? Maybe that's why I built this path, to pop it down here. I don't know. I can't remember what I was thinking. I suppose I'd want to demolish as few trees as possible, so by building here, let's see what happens. That way we can build a little bit out towards where the fishies are. Get a little bit more going. Okay, so we still have quite a small working force right now. Okay, so how are we doing? We need to get some builders going. So now our blacksmith is busy. We need more tools. We need the teacher. We don't have a woodcutter going. We really do have a small workforce right now. But I don't like to reduce my numbers of farmers in case the frost comes too early and we completely run out of crops. We've got a few hides ready to go too. I am legally obligated to love corn. My state produces over half of the US corn supply. And if it were its own country, it would be the world's second largest corn producer. Love corn, woo! I fully support your love of corn. Whether or not you're legally obligated to love corn or not. Corn should be loved. Corn is reasonably spectacular, so far as vegetables go. We count corn as a vegetable, don't we? I think it's a grain, but it's also a vegetable. Is it a grain or a vegetable? It's both. It's both. Okay, we just need 2 builders. So let's risk going down 1 farmer. And maybe go down 1 hunter just for a little while and just get this built. Technically corn is all 3, veggie, fruit, and grain. Oh, fruit too, yes, because the seeds. That's why, isn't it? Because the kernels are the seeds. I think that's what defines a fruit, isn't it? Having the seeds. Goodness me, corn is spectacular. Oh dear. Usually when I play and I start off early, I do 2 slightly smaller fields and try to, you know, get all that going. And have 2 veggies going at once. Why does this 1 farm take 6 farmers? Do I have something else going on that I've forgotten about or something? Ah, my peach field. Oh yes, very important. The peach field. Because we are going to make peach alcohol as soon as feasibly possible. Noe, hello. Hi, good evening. A good evening to you as well, or afternoon or morning. I'm so sorry, I've forgotten which good it should be for you right now. It is lovely to see you in any case. I've forgotten we had a lovely peach orchard to get going. Looks like my people didn't forget, so that's something. And we are starting our lovely herbalist, which will hopefully keep our people happy. I did enjoy playing this last week so much that I did play on Tuesday night on my own as well. I started a new town and let her rip. I was playing on not that one. I was playing on 5 times speed pretty much the whole time. So I think we're well into year 11 in that game. And yes, when you play that fast, you get your workforce, you know, not faster technically, but it feels faster to you. So it feels like more is getting done, but I'm going to do my best not to speed up time unless I get particularly infuriated for whatever reason. Okay. I do really want my workforce to grow. Oh well. So, what do we have? Oh yes, this was the area that I got a little frustrated with, didn't I? Because we've got the lake here, but it's a lake without any rivers. And to build the trading post, we're going to have to go down here. And I don't want to delay too long in building the trading post because, yes, we can get things like sheep and chickens and cows. But I suppose as well we also need an awful lot to trade. And for good things like that, they don't really take crops or even alcohol. In my other game I was playing, I rediscovered that to trade, I traded for 2 sheep, and it took so many pieces of clothes and iron tools, so I might just build those up as best I can. Just so we have a good supply, so we can nab a pair of, cows or sheep or chickens, any of them. Because much any of them are a real help to our town. Because with the sheep you get the fleece, as well as meat when you reach your limit for your paddock. Pasture, I think they call it here. For chicken, clearly you get the eggies, lovely eggies, and then meat again once you hit the limit. And for cows, I think it's you get hides. You get hides as well as meat, which... Oh, can we get milk? I'm not actually sure if we can. How goes the building, my dear villagers? I'm getting there. I'll do my best not to heckle you at this point. I really hope this isn't a vaguely sensible place. I guess it just means if I want to do any more building over here, no taking out trees. It's just places that are already clear. If I have to take out a tree or two for the path, I suppose I'll put up with that, but as best as we can. Takes a long time to get the orchard going. I think it's maybe 2 or 3 years before they start getting any sort of yield at all. But that's okay, it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. Yes, in my other game, I built an orchard straight away to try to try the alcohol trick again, but I got pecans, which is very good for food, but unfortunately, let's just turn this new person into a tailor to sew coats out of these hides that are just sitting here. But yes, got pecans, so wonderful food supply. Did a bit of trading with them, but cannot turn pecans into alcohol, sadly. So I tried using the berries that I foraged, and we made a few barrels of berry alcohol, but it's foraging. We don't have storehouses overflowing with berries, sadly. So who just became an adult? Kate Lynette. Kate Lynette became the adult, and I believe she's now our tailor. Where are you, Kate Lynette? No, Len Woody's the tailor. Where'd Kate Lynette go? I have no idea. Ah, dearie me. Ooh, we just need the stone. How are we doing for stone? We've got plenty of stone to build this, so I will not worry about that. What's happening over here? We have... That's our gatherer's hunt. And the hunter's hut. As soon as the builders are finished, I'll get a farmer going again, and I'll throw another hunter back on. Because yes, must collect not only the venison, but the hides to make as many coats as possible. And I'm just going to have... You're the wrong thing I'm pointing at. I should be pointing here. At our lovely blacksmith, who is Madeline. Hi, Madeline. You're doing very well. You're an asset to this town. Look at our lovely corn growing. 51% yield in early summer. I have high hopes for this crop. Oh dear. When we start building our neighborhood of houses, where should we pop them? This is a very small orchard, but maybe just start them along here. Though I'd probably like to put at least the what's it called? Ale House Tavern. At least put the tavern around here near the town central. Oh, that's right. I think I was just going to have to expand all the way down here, because that's where the trading post is going to go. So we're going to have a long snake-like village, I guess, and we're just going to have to clear all of this. Not this. That's for the herbalist. But maybe I should mark destruction down this way. Destruction, when you can get around to it. Oh dear. It's a little frustrating that we're only on the tiny little river. Tiny little river only. We need a big river for the trading post. How are we doing? Come on, guys. Do I have to up the priority? It's your only building project. Surely this is your number one priority. Who are you? You're Henriette, and you are 1 year old. So yes, I'm not going to yell at you. That would be inappropriate and entirely unfounded in any case. Same to you, Adric. You are but 7. No place for you in the workforce just yet. Not in this town. Not in this town. Is anyone going to collect these fish? I'm sure it's happened at least twice before. You're an adult, aren't you? No, you're 7. Hello, Muri. And you're Henriette again. Whoa, did not mean to pin you, Henriette. Sorry about that. Ooh, can you see the corn is starting to... Ooh, lovely. Yes, we are sitting here watching corn grow. I take it no one has any issues with this. Lovely, lovely corn. I will stop going on about corn at one point. Who are you? Kate Lynette. There you are. You're a farmer. Good for you. That is a solid occupation. I love corn. I know. Corn Lovers Club. I should definitely cook it more. The small one loves corn too. Oh dear. Oh dear. Come on, builders. Build the herbalist. It's been a season already. Please build. There's enough stone, isn't there? 17, 12. There's enough stone. Please build. Please, just build. Oh dear. I should probably put a general collect resources over here when someone has a moment. When someone has a moment, that would be lovely. Sorry, I clicked something I shouldn't have. There we go. There we go. How's our blacksmith going? Ooh. We need to really, like right now, I think I need to change this limit to 100. Because we are going to need them to trade, as well as for ourselves. Many coats, still not enough, so we need our hunters to go as nuts as they can, as soon as I can get more than one hunter on the job. We have no students right now. We have 6 kids. I should probably start making houses soon. I'm pretty sure people feel more comfortable reproducing in their own houses than in the boarding house. But still, it's a solid first move to make sure everyone gets a home right at the beginning. Then we can build the houses slowly. So, yes, in the game I was playing last Tuesday, it did happen several times that a few households were a little greedy and took all of the stored firewood, over 100 units of firewood, just for themselves. And so I had to very quickly build a second wood choppers and have 2 going nuts to try to make sure no one else froze to death. No one froze to death. We have had quite a few deaths in the other game, all natural, all either old age or giant boars. Giant boar attacks. We had one of those. Otherwise, I think it was all old age. Which reminds me, we should build a graveyard, shouldn't we? I prefer to have the graveyard built before the church, because I don't like people dying and not having anywhere pleasant to go and spend the rest of their time. Plus, I think the people get a little bit unhappy if someone dies and there's no graveyard for them. But where to plop such a thing? I think we are just going to have to snake all the way down here. But we can probably snake on both sides so long as we don't impinge on the hunting gathering area. Like if we start clearing down here, maybe we can have things going on both sides of the river. So let's just do some tree clearing down this way when we get the chance. I don't like just clear cutting for, you know, just taking everything to build, but hopefully at least we can keep these trees for now. We'll keep these ones, and somewhere nearby we'll build a forester's lodge, maybe up here somewhere, or maybe even once we've cleared down here, maybe over this way, and we can have a nice forester lodge going. Because the lodges are good because, you know, they cut down the trees, but they plant them as well. So, for some reason I've got it in my head that's not good for the herbalists and the gatherers. It might be, that might just be something unusual going on in my head, which is not unusual. But anyway, I'll try to keep it separate for now. This is going to take a while. How are we going, lovely farmers? You are Corn, and you are Jean. Hello, Jean. I remember when you were a child. 94% yield. Getting there. We can start harvesting our corn soon and filling up our lovely food supplies. We have a lot of venison. I think we definitely have enough. Oh my goodness, our cabbages. I think we have definitely enough food to start building more houses, but we do not have enough firewood. So corn is life. Agreed. Corn is not quite our Lord and Saviour, but it's approaching that, I'm sure. Oh dear. Come on, Peaches, I want to make alcohol. I should have made this bigger. But that's okay. Hopefully we'll be able to devote the majority of the peaches to alcohol production. And I can always add another one, I guess. Wish there was a way to just expand it, but I think it'll always count as two separate things. I'm sure my Maymenjis will consider corn holy. I'm sure it's, you know, I'm sure corn is a wonderful thing to feed the masses with. Corn is nice. Oh, we're finished. I was so distracted by corn. I didn't see the builders had finished. Look, lovely little herbalist in the shade of the trees. Okay. So let's have one herbalist going. Put another hunter on. Put another farmer on. And wait. Oh, it's going to be such a long time before we get another worker. Look at that. Oh, no. It's okay. School is more important. School is more important. We must have educated workers. Educated workers, at least in this world, are far better at their jobs. I don't think that always applies in the real world. In fact, sometimes I think it definitely doesn't apply in the real world. But in this world, at least, the educated workers do their jobs better. Oh, dear. No, I want to keep the blacksmith going. This is my only concern, is we don't have anyone to randomly gather supplies, do we? Well, in the winter we won't have the fields going, so we'll be able to gather more logs and such then, so I will try not to be too concerned. Yes, I think the winter will be our friend when it comes to resource collection. Ooh, we've started gathering the corn. Let us observe the harvest. Look at me, look at you, all observing the lovely corn harvest. Just look at them harvest. Oh dear, where's my herbalist? Where are you, friend? Jean, you're the herbalist now. Hello. You're going a herb hunting. Herb hunting. Oh dear. Sorry, things are a little slow right now, aren't they? I'm still not going to up the speed, even though it is fun to watch the fields clear at super speed. Oh, another child, Harridan. Hello. Go. Hopefully our teacher isn't too bored sitting here with no students. Imagine they're enjoying it for now. I'm not sure about our eldest child. We can check that, can't we? We have an 8-year-old. Another 8-year-old. Another 8-year-old. Another 8-year-old. We got an awful lot. Oh, that's right. We had a boom of children at exactly the same time. So yes, a lot of them will just be entering school at the same time, which means we shall also get a boom of workers once they all graduate, which will be very useful indeed. Oh dear. So, while you guys are working, so we're going to be clearing down here, and we'll keep building along both sides of the little river, probably all the way down here, because we'll have to fit our trading post here. And I know we'll have most of our main buildings up here, but what else do we need? We need a town hall eventually. We need the trading post. We'll need a marketplace. We need the graveyard. Yes, and I do like to pop the church there too. I think the graveyard takes priority over the church, but they are nice when they come as a pair, I am sure. And you know, we need lots more space for more fields and hopefully pastures and such. And yes, I suppose if we need more hunters and gatherers, we can keep building more out this way and try to keep over here maybe as our gathering and our tree harvesting areas. That's a lot of stone and iron. That's going to be very useful. Oh dear. How goes the harvest? Look at that reaping. Such efficient reaping I have not yet seen. And sweet tiny little peach trees. You are going to get the town sloshed one day, and there shall be much rejoicing. Oh, how are we going Herbie-wise? We haven't collected any Herbies yet. That's unfortunate. I hope we have not built in an inopportune area. Well, I suppose if we don't start finding herbs, I can always try building one somewhere else. Oh, that's right. I wanted to get a woodcutter going, didn't I? Because I want to start trying to build a few little houses soon. But where? Maybe we just keep this as a nice little one, a nice little orchard for now. We'll build some roads here. It's probably easiest to just start expanding the houses down this way. Oh, a tree fell down and sank slowly into the earth. Ooh, apparently we found some deer. How are we doing? Come on, harvesters. I need to reassign you to wood cutting and hunting time. Storage for produced goods is near capacity. Oh dear, so it is. We need another barn. Where should we put this barn? Maybe over here closer to the fishies? Let's have a look. Barn. That looks like barns. I don't really want to take out any trees, do I? It may be inevitable. Egg. Not too many trees. Maybe I should build it this way. It won't let me. No, it's not letting me as it's going up the slope. Oh, no, we're okay. Okay, let's build there. Oh dear, but who to take off? Well, I suppose if we're running out of space, we just take these guys off. Ah dear, and let's up that priority. And build a nice little path down here. There we go. So a nice little storage thing for primarily herbies and fishies. It really feels like you're going quite slowly. How much corn do we have? Oh, much corn. Our corn is plentiful. A child named Danny was born. Hello, Danny. Most welcome in this village you are. You need to build... Why do I keep saying build coats? We need to make more coats. And we need to chop more wood. Come on, guys. Finish harvesting so I can put you to work elsewhere. Oh, I keep going off here. It's not like we can really see them doing much with the hunting and the gathering, can we? It's all taking place deep in the trees. Oh dear. Oh, we found some herbs, finally. Wonderful. Hopefully this won't take too long to build. I do not wish to run out of space for food. No, it went down, I imagine. Yeah, they must have collected more stores for the boarding house. Look at these lovely baskets of corn. How goes the hammering? Ali! Hello, Ali. Yes. Much hammering. Oh dear. How are we doing? Yes. Fully expecting a disaster to hit at any moment too. I think the only disaster I managed to get in my other game so far, the one I started playing last Tuesday, was we got a blight in our pecan field, so I had to cut the whole thing down and start again. Which is aggravating given how long it takes for the trees to grow, but I imagine eating blighted pecans is ill-advised. We are almost finished harvesting the corn. And then they can do something other than harvest corn. Whatever jobs are most useful at that particular moment. Oh, look, the fishies were collected. Wonderful. As long as no one leaves a corn basket on the field all winter. Almost there, guys. Come on, we've got so much else to do. I know storage for produced goods is near capacity. I'm trying to do something about it. But you see, my little builders here are taking their sweet time. Ooh, look, we definitely need a path down here. What's the betting they build that path before they keep going with the barn? Reasonably high, I would suspect. Oh, we're done. We're done. Okay, farmers. Reassignment time. Okay. Where do we go? We want a woodcutter. And we need a tailor for a bit to take care of these lovely hides. I'll throw another builder on because we need to get that barn done so we don't run out of room for stuff. Okay. Oh dear, we're going to run out of wood very quickly, aren't we? Hopefully our reserve of stone is low. Okay, well it's a good thing I've told people to cut stone and iron and trees when they have nothing else to do. Oh dear. I suppose at least they built the herbalist before winter. Yes, look, they are building the path first. How is the path more of a priority? I haven't checked out the fishy peoples for a while. Look at you. Who are you? Angelicity. I remember you. We ran into you an awful lot last week, didn't we? We just kept running into you and you kept changing jobs. I guess everyone changes jobs. I suppose changing careers is important to do if you're a bit burnt out of the one you're currently in. You need a change sometimes. Sick of fishing? Go do some farming. Sick of farming? Go hit some iron with a pick for a while. That I'm sure will bring you job satisfaction. Oh, hopefully someone is gathering the last of that stone we need. I know the storage for produced goods is near capacity. I'm trying. Oh dear. Maybe I can gather it down as well, and hopefully that will these laborers will go and chop some stuff down, pick some stuff up, whatever needs to be done. We need more oh no, we got the stone. They are working on it. Hooray. Ooh, we are out of skins, so our tailor. What can our tailor do? Let's just stay as a labourer for now. We will redistribute the food collection jobs once we have somewhere to put the food. Maybe I should. Maybe we should build a house. Should we build these houses? Maybe just a small number of houses along here. Just backing on here. Probably fit 2 there, wouldn't we? Okay, so we start with two houses. It's just hopefully one doesn't take all the firewood right before winter. That is a reasonable concern. Ah dear. Oh, so who's hanging out up here? Are you working or are you children? You're children. But it looks like our crop of now 9-year-old kids are going to hit school very soon. So our teacher, where are you? Will suddenly be very busy. Hey, Trey Maynard, you are now the teacher. I know storage for produced goods is near capacity. I know. I just don't want to stop food collection completely at this point. Dear. Come on, guys. Just a little bit more and we'll have more places to put our lovely, lovely produce. Hello, dear. Don't think I can hunt you over here, can I? All our hunters are over across the river. So you're pretty lucky in that respect, little dear, little dear. Oh dear. When winter hits, I'll take the farmers off the peach trees. I don't think working on them during the winter actually leads to much of an effect. At least, not that I can recall. Labourers, trees, cut them down, please. Please. Come on, guys. Okay. I think this is a reasonably acceptable place to put the herbalist. Am I gonna have... Oh, no, they're working on it. They're working on it. Okay. It's just a long way to go to lug the logs, isn't it? That's okay. That's okay. Dear. Oh, our barn is done. It already has corn and herbs. Wonderful. Ooh, 60 units of herbs. It's not too bad at all. And it's snowing in late autumn, so I'm very glad that those fields were cleared in time. Let's turn that off for now. So let's have bring that down to okay. The labor has been appropriately redistributed, hopefully. Friend, I asked you to stop tending the orchard. You're a gatherer now, friend. You go and gather? What are you holding? Suddenly holding hide coats. Okay. I will do my best not to question this. We really do not have much in stored wood or stone, do we? But I'm pretty sure the builders go off a resource collecting when there's not enough. Come on, kids. Please go to school. I need more workers. Oh dear. This music is pretty relaxing, isn't it? It's very pleasant. But a little loud for me. Sorry, I clicked out to turn down my own volume. It doesn't like me doing that. And I keep forgetting that it doesn't like me doing that. Sorry about that. So what should our first building goal be once we've built a few houses? Probably the graveyard. Wonder if we could pop the graveyard right next to the field. I'm not sure. Maybe across from here. If I just build a really big graveyard over here, and that'll clear things there. Or maybe if I lay it out. Graveyard or cemetery. So it can't be too close to there. I don't know if we just make it as big as we can. 20 by 20 is probably the biggest we can do. If we just do that, we should probably build a little bridge right across to it, shouldn't we? Sweet little bridge. Right there. Yes, I know we do not have nearly the resources to do any of this just yet, but our labourers are working. Let's just do that to make sure people are definitely labouring. Look, deer. Deer in your domain. Deer in your domain. What are you going to do about it, hunter people? Oh dear. Deer. Deer. Guys, deer. Tofu trash. Morning, afternoon, evening, everyone. Hello, hello. Welcome to Banished. We are still banished. We do have our herbalist finally, right here. Yay! And we already have 60 units of herbs, which I consider reasonably impressive. And we had to build a barn because we just about ran out of room. We did run out of room in this barn. And we have a few houses waiting to be built. And a large graveyard waiting to be built. And a little bridge. And we are probably going to clear all down here on both sides of the river so we can build our trading post down here. Oop. Yeah. Oh dear. Yeah, I think we're just going to have to build houses in cute little pockets around everywhere else. Parlin has become a student. Congratulations, Parlin. Adric has become a student. Congratulations, Adric. We need... Oh, Handel has become a student. Congratulations, Handel. Muri has become a student. Congratulations, Muri. Yes, remember last week we had 4 kids born at the same time. Well, it was 4, wasn't it? It's probably going to prove me wrong and have another one. You seem safe for now. 4 students. Hooray. Which means we will have 4 working adults at the same time, which can't really come soon enough. We are... Yes, we could really use a larger workforce here. Oh dear. Ooh. Do these people sink the deed or something? I don't know, maybe there was something in the fish that day. I don't know. Oh dear, or maybe they collected some particularly, I don't know, aphrodisiac like berries or something. I'm not sure. I can't even remember if we had the gatherer's hut going at that time, in which case it must have been the cabbages. Cabbages. No one knew they were such an effective aphrodisiac. How are we doing, guys? Yes, we are very low on all building resources except iron. But we do have our blacksmith working around the clock on those tools, because tools are good to trade when we finally get our trading post going. Tools and coats, prime trading items. And I really want some form of domesticated animal. Pretty much any. Sheep or chickens I'll probably prefer over cows. Sorry, moo cows. Because I'm not sure we can actually collect milk. If we could, you know, wouldn't really mind any of them, but sheep or chickens would be nice. I'd lean towards sheep because we can make nicer coats then, but I imagine the chickens would be slightly cheaper. And if we just get 2, we just let her rip. How we doing, storage barn? Ooh, very nice. Very nice. And you? You're still 100% full. Mutton. Yes, yes. Although it will be a little while before we get to the mutton, because yes, you can set the pasture to only slaughter when you reach a certain capacity, and I prefer to keep that capacity as high as possible so we have a large herd to work with. I would only bring it down if we were starving. Which at this point, given we have a storage barn at 100%, I think we're alright. But those stores will plummet as soon as the houses start coming together. Well, they've started removing things. I feel bad cutting down so many trees, but we will work with the space we were given. We will clear to build, and then over here on the other side we'll start a nice forester's cabin, and that will be lovely. I'm also looking forward to building another fishing place down here near the trading post when we get that done. So I'm not sure whether it's real or not, but I was wondering whether we can actually overfish areas in this game, because I'm sure some of my places have started, or some of my docks have produced less over time. Hopefully it's just my imagination, but I would be realistic, I suppose. Dear, how are we doing? We've got all the logs there at least. Guys. I've got 4 of you are labouring. I'm not sure iron is the priority here, Brett. I'm really sure it's not. Maybe focus on the stone or the logs. That would be useful. See, plenty to clear down here. We wouldn't even have to cross the bridge. Oh my goodness. Someone has left another crate of fish next to the boarding house. At least it's winter. So that's something, I guess. Come on, guys. Claim your fish. Can't say there's nowhere to put it. That one may be 100% full, but there's lots of room in this barn. Oh, dearie me. I think we're still fine for food, so I won't stress too much about not having the gatherers and fishermen and hunters maxed out at this point. Our mascot. Random crate of fish. Mascot. Come on, guys. Build. Gather resources. Build. You have some resources. Place resources on the building site and build. Please. Not too many houses at a time, but just a few. Just a few. Oh, look at that. I think we're approaching our Herbie capacity already, aren't we? Herbs are also pretty good to trade. You can't really trade them for livestock, but I don't even think you can trade them for seeds. Seeds are another thing I really want at the trading post. Because there's only so many corn and cabbages we can eat. More crops. Goodness me, I never really played this game to, 100 years, 150 years. Haven't truly built villages into full-on towns and had fields and pastures everywhere. Oh dear. Well, if I'm playing it at just this speed, I'm not sure we will ever reach it. We may reach a point where we have to pick up the speed, but let's keep it here for now. Goodness me, this road is busy, isn't it? I suppose that's what comes of everyone living in the one house. But hopefully we'll have more soon. Guys, please build. I don't have to up the priority, do I? I suppose I wouldn't think anyone would be trying to build the graveyard right now, would they? Or the bridge? Not yet. Focus on the houses, please. Focus. Who are you? You're Breach and a builder, so where are you going? You're getting something to eat. Okay. You can get something to eat. I called you Brett last time, didn't I? Do we think it's Brett or Breet? I think it's Breet. Fine. Get something to eat, Breet. Can you pick up the crate of fish while you're here? You could eat the fish. That's not happening. Okay. Who are you? You are Harridan. Hello, you're very tall for a 2-year-old. Wonder if that's something in the fish or cabbages too. Also, very good at walking. A lot of 2-year-olds are pretty good at walking, but I'm pretty sure I've seen the 1-year-olds and the 0-year-olds totaling about no problem. Charon, hello. You're our blacksmith now. Who was a blacksmith before? I think it was Ali. Aha! Crate of fish! Hello! Lovely to see you. And here you are, in all your glory. Oh, finally, we have foundations laid. At least one of them. How's this one going? Pretty close. I'll give you one guess who this is. I have a fair idea. Worth it. Okay, just for you, we can gaze upon the crate of fish a bit longer. Sadly, we can't zoom in anymore, but we can just imagine zooming right up into your fishiness, allowing ourselves to be overwhelmed and overawed by the might of the crate of fish. Yep. There you are. Dear me. How are we going? Pretty good. I love looking at myself, bask in my glory. I indeed basked. Did bask. Much basking was had. Just a few more logs over here, friends. I'm sure some of you will enjoy getting a break from the cramped quarters in the boarding house. Oh, we've hit limit for firewood, but I imagine as soon as these houses are built, they're just going to take all the firewood. Oh dear. Oh goodness me. Sorry. Pretty tired over here, in case you couldn't tell. I know I keep saying I need to cut off the streams at a sensible time, and I never actually manage to do it, but I think I may actually have to try harder tonight. It's been a day, even when I rested for most of the afternoon, and I'm still just exhausted. Oh, why can we not blacksmith anymore? What is wrong with our blacksmithing? We've not reached capacity. I told you it's 100. You've only got 77. Or does it include the ones that people are holding? It probably includes the ones people are holding. Let's increase this to 200. Ooh. Please continue blacksmithing. Ah, dear, we're in late winter, aren't we? We're going to need all our farmers soon. They haven't even built 2 houses all winter. Guys, come on. Who moved in? Oh, big family moved in. Hello. We have Breach, Massandra, Danny, Caitlinette, and Miri. Oh dear, look after yourself, please. I will do my best. I will try. Oh dear. Health is a thing. One that we should all probably try to pay more attention to, but it's just... Oh dear. Frustrating when I know I don't do nearly as much as probably the majority of people. Possibly I shouldn't have put these houses fronting right onto the back of the blacksmith. That's not a very pleasant outlook, is it? Oh well. Sorry, guys. At least you're not living in the boarding house anymore. Guys, come on. Just a few more logs. Just a few more logs. You can do it. You can do it. Still got some trees marked for destruction down here. Guys. Who are you? You're Caitlinette and a builder. Are you going to go get some logs? Because that would be very helpful if you were. I'm going to have to take all these labourers off and put them on the farms. Oh dear, I just have to rely on the builders to finish gathering the materials they need. How much firewood did you guys get? Oh, you were not greedy with your firewood. Good on you, good on you. And the crate of fish is still sitting there. You guys getting the wood? Thank you. Thank you, Caitlinette. That is infinitely sensible of you. Yeah. Oh, early spring. Time to reassign. Back on the fields, people. Back on the fields. Should we swap back to cabbages? It's a cabbage year. Maybe take off another fisherman. We need the farm full. Why are you questioned? Work the farm. What's wrong? Notice citizens are available to work here. But I've filled it up. I'm so confused. What do you mean they have no job? Ah, dear. But I've filled farmer up to capacity. What is going on? Well, let's just take the herbalist and the blacksmith off for now, just to see what happens. Work. Work. I'm so confused. Hello, Blue. Hello, Zebby. How are you? I hope you are well. I'm just getting confused as to why no one seems to want to work this peach field. Maybe take that down for a second. That did it. There we go. Got it working again. That was weird. Oh my goodness, they finally laid the foundations for this house. It only took all winter. Oh dear, I haven't actually. I think that's auto-saving, but I haven't actually saved. New Isengard save. Okay. Well, let's get back to it. Hopefully this late snow won't have any effect on the fields. Hopefully not. In which case I might pop another fisherman back on. And just pop everyone on the build. And then hopefully if they need anything else, they will be sensible and just go and get it. Okay. Can't forget I want to build up stores of coats and tools for trading purposes. Doing alright. Free time and motivation down a bit, hanging in there. Sorry about that. That's never good, is it? It's... I mean, even sometimes when we have the free time, the motivation isn't there, and that's very frustrating, but both at once is definitely not helpful. And I hope both the free time and the motivation stores increase in the very, very near future. Oh dear. Is there anything in particular you can sometimes do that can assist with motivation? Like things like going for walks, or just a general change of scenery, or reading favorite books or something. Does that sometimes help? I think very, very occasionally when I'm lacking in motivation, reading something earlier from a book that I'm trying to work on can help. Because I remember maybe I'm not quite so bad as I suddenly thought I was, and it can help. It can help. I feel a little silly saying reading my own stuff can help with motivation, but I think it can. I think it can. Oh dear. I suppose particularly the fight scenes. Like I need to work on everything else and feel good about working on everyone else so I can share this amazing fight scene with everyone. Well, I say they're amazing. I think they're amazing, and I think that's a good sign. I am reasonably proud of my fight scene abilities. So hopefully I will not wind up disappointing. Valid, I do that too. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Yeah. And I'd hope it's a good way to go about things, really, because, you know, if reading your own stuff can get you motivated to keep writing your own stuff, you can hope that it's actually, you know, reasonably up there and other people will enjoy reading it too. When I'm low on motivation, I just suffer and keep doing whatever the heck I'm doing. Just pushing through. I mean, sometimes you wonder how helpful it is, but other times you just can't do anything else. You just gotta keep pushing, and we can hope we can get through. You know, perseverance is definitely an admirable thing. But I think pushing through without motivation can really lead to burnout. And we have to be careful with that. Sorry, I was about to start heckling them already. It's still early spring and I was about to say, where are my cabbages? Give them time. Give them time. And the crater fish is still there. Oh dear. So, yeah, we should keep these guys all on building, shouldn't we? Because I imagine they will sensibly clear what needs to be cleared. Where are you? Graveyard, there you are. And bridges down here. Okay. Thank you, crater fish. Yes, the game would not be the same without you, I'm sure. Oh dear. I would prefer to have herbalist going. How old are all these school kids now? 11. I think they're 16 when they get out of school and start working. I suppose we're absolutely fine for food stalls, aren't we? And come autumn we'll have an influx of cabbages. So, maybe take another fisherman and gatherer off for now and get, what do we need? We've got some hides to take care of. We put on Herbies for now. We'll get a blacksmith going again soon. Yeah, I should probably keep them on at least 3 builders if I'm any hope of getting this graveyard done when there is so much to clear. I keep almost losing it. So yes, graveyard here. When I have the resources, I'll probably pop a church right next to it. And we should have our lovely town going on both sides of this cute little river soon. Oh dear. I really probably shouldn't have put the houses right next to the blacksmith, should I? I suppose it's easier if one of them is the blacksmith. Who moved into this house? I don't think I checked. Another big family. Linwoody, Madeline, Handel, Carmaine, and Henriette. How many are still in here? I think we start off with 5 families. Leonidad, Angelicity, Heridan, Palin, Saloma. Yeah, there's... Well, technically, now that we've got plenty of kids that have already come through school, there's probably at least 1 or 2 more families that are technically there. Which means we'll be needing more houses. Maybe... Should I build another house and just sort of have the graveyard just sitting there for people to do, and keep losing the graveyard? There it is. They'll get to it. I just really don't want anyone to die before the graveyard is available. Maybe I should just prioritize it and get it done. You guys can last in the boarding house. for a while longer. There are some cabbages. There won't be any peaches yet. That'll take a while. By the by, remember when I asked if I could use your latest short story and record it? I went to an ADHD frenzy and worked at it all weekend. That is incredible. Wow, yes, I do very much remember that. Yes, it pleased me greatly that you wanted to use it. It's, you know, I suppose it's still an amazing thing thinking that people enjoy the stories I write, particularly enough to want to use it to make something of your own. So, yes, it actually felt pretty amazing when you asked that, and when Elfie mentioned about maybe doing a cartoon one time. Yes, that is so cool. I hope you enjoyed working on it. How is it going? Is it going well? Oh dear. Cabbage yield jumped from 7 to 20 very quickly. Yes, I probably should point out when you did ask, you weren't under the name Crate of Fish, but it does prove I was correct in guessing who Crate of Fish was. No, it wasn't difficult. What are you carrying? Logs. Logs. I learnt a lot. I had to scrap a recording session and redo it because I didn't like my delivery at all. So that took a while. It's done now, actually. I'll track my identity. Oh no. Oh, it's done. So if it's done now, what are your plans for it, if I may ask? If you're going to post it on YouTube or anywhere else, I would very much like to have a listen. Yes, I don't think it will affect my audiobook presentation when I eventually get around to making those videos. Oh, that reminds me, I should probably check the VODs for the stories I've been doing and change the license thing from the YouTube one to Creative Commons, just so there's absolutely no issues there. I don't think there'd be any issues at all because I'm saying it's fine, but just so it's absolutely clear, I'll try to remember to do that soon. Yes, it's on YouTube, but it's unlisted, so I need to send you the link, right? Yes. Can you pop links like that in comments? I can't remember. If you can pop it in a comment, that might be the easiest way, but if not, we can figure it out. Yes, if it turns out it's easier to just send it on Discord or something, I am simply Moonfeather Blue pretty much everywhere I can be. So you're very welcome to add me there for now. I'm so sorry I haven't gotten around to making a Discord server yet. It's not something I've done before and I'm a little intimidated. But I will get around to it hopefully sooner rather than later. Because it was really lovely the other day when so many people were enjoying being in chat. It would be nice to have the Discord so that can happen there. Oh dear, how are we going, cabbage friends? 36% yield. And hopefully next year we'll start getting some peaches. Oh, yeah. Out of skins, so Taylor can go and blacksmith for a while. Discord is funky. In a good way? I think I can never be sure how someone is using the word funky, because immediately in my mind I just go back to Ghostbusters after Venkman's been slimed. It's just, I feel so funky. But so long as we mean funky in a good way. But I suppose it could also mean in a bad way if it's difficult to handle when it comes to making servers. I wouldn't know. I do not know. Oh dear. But I will give it a go soon. I will do a little research. And I do apologize. Whatever I manage to pull together so far as the Discord server goes will be very basic for a time. We will have a welcome page and a general page, and then I suppose people can give suggestions for other pages that might be useful. It can be in a good way, yes. suppose given a lot of us seem to be creatives, a friendly creative sharing space would be useful. It would be nice. Oh dear. But Discord is both funky and flunky. Sent Discord request and it's good for the Discord server. It's the people that counts, indeed. Indeed, but I will do my best soon, I'm sorry. There is a lot going on these days. And I am far from on top of it. And I think it's going on a month now that it's been since I've actually worked on my main magical project, so that really doesn't feel great. I still think about it constantly, which, doesn't really help. But I'm also thinking constantly about a bunch of other ideas too. I've just had a bit of an influx of ideas for a huge number of my projects that are on the back burner, or supposed to be on the back burner. And I keep getting that little surge of hope and wondering whether if I swapped to this project, could I actually get it done this time? And invariably the answer is no. So I've been keeping myself from swapping projects as best I can. And there's some that, oh dear, I think I've mentioned I do have a shapeshifter story. It's not really along in the vein of, I know shifters are popular now and not really in the way that I enjoy reading them. It's not a romance. There is some romance involved, but the story itself is not a romance. It's there's taxidermy involved, if that gives you any sort of idea for the tone of the story. Shifters and taxidermy. But, that story was written in its entirety about 10 years ago, slightly more than that now. But it just needed so much work, and I've restarted it so many times. And, I keep thinking when I think of something new for it that it won't take too long to fix it because so much of it's written already, but no, it'll take a long time to fix it. Oh, the way my head whipped around when I heard taxidermy. Yes, there's a whole story to how I came up with this particular novel. But, involves taxidermy, funnily enough, and just being suddenly confronted by it when was not expecting it whatsoever. And pretty much that whole scene is recreated in the story. Except I'm not a shifter, so it was a lot more for this poor guy. He's a sweet kid. What is it, prop? Hunter but biological? I'm not sure. But, no, it's, oh dear, sorry, head's spinning a bit. Anyway, that's, that story as well went from originally being a standalone story to, I thought of some ideas for later stuff, so I turned it into, it was meant to be a trilogy, and then thought the trilogy is way too much. It's not necessary. It's stressing me out. I kind of want just a standalone book, so I brought it back to a standalone. But then I remembered I loved a character I created for the trilogy that wasn't in the first one so much that I have to rewrite the first one to include this character. And then I realized one book is not nearly enough to include this character, so now it's a duology. Oh dear. So yes, I've got that duology, which occasionally takes up brain space. I have what's probably going to be another duology that's sort of, the story's tentatively entitled Amphibian Rivalry. There are frogs involved. And there's a bit of a quest in this one, and that's fun, because quests are fun. I think there are flying ships, and flying ships are great. And, a bit more on the magic lore in this one than I'd normally do. So, that one started off as a short story, but I liked it so much that it started working itself into a novel. So that's another one. I've got the story cycle that I'd originally... Are those peaches on those trees? No. That was wishful thinking. that I had... Oh, have you ever ventured into Lit RPG? I have not. No. No, I haven't. I've tried reading them occasionally. I haven't quite gotten my head around it yet. I started reading The Wandering Inn, and I was enjoying what I was reading. But yes, I don't think I'm a lit RPG writer. I think so long as I find the right ones, I probably enjoy reading them, but it will take finding the right ones. I was enjoying The Wandering Inn. I should probably jump back into that at one point soon, if I can remember where I was up to. I think I was probably no more than 4 or 5 chapters in, and there's a lot there. The Wandering Inn author, it's like Pirate Abba or something like that. I'm so sorry, friend, if I'm misremembering your name, but you cannot sneer at their work ethic. My goodness me, they've written a lot of that story. It's just incredible. Oh dear. So yeah, I got my shifter story, I got my amphibian one, I've got the short story cycle that I'm still considering releasing again before my main magical project, just so I have more things to share with you. Because I'm a writing VTuber, and it feels like I'm not doing nearly enough writing and writing sharing. But for various reasons, I have had difficulty producing much for a very long time, really. But that is something that I do have, and well, I have some of them anyway. And I suppose there's 2 things keeping me back from doing that. One is because it was originally released under another name, and I suppose it's nice to just stay Blue Moony at the moment and not have too many links to other names, but those would invariably crop up eventually if I did release that again, even if I change all the names and whatnot, which I will do. The connections will still happen eventually, probably. And the other issue, what was the other issue? Oh yeah, because I've written, I think, 6 of these stories. The Blueyverse. Yeah. I used to like to try to connect all of my stories together for fun. There's a few that take place in the same universe, like the Shifter one and my high fantasy that I haven't garbled about today yet. They're in the same universe. And another standalone one is potentially in the same universe. All at different times. I think the Shifter one is meant to be about 300 years after the high fantasy one. And the other one potentially would be another 100, 200 years after the Shifter one, but same universe, well, same planet. But yes, the other problem with the short story cycle, one of them is novel length, is... The problem is that I'd worry I wouldn't be able to keep going with it and get more of it out, and I'd feel bad just sort of stopping it again to focus on other projects. But I suppose if I just made it sort of clear from the beginning that this is my eternal side project, and it will stop and start, and we'll just get a slab of them to begin with, because that's what I've got. And then I suppose it could be, I could work on them during streams, or at least planning them. That could work, because I do have a bunch more ideas for them, and I've had them sitting there for years and years. I just have not been able to write them. I think I do have half of 2 more of them written, and I really like one of them. I just haven't been able to finish them for various reasons. And when I move on to work on something else, it just takes my entire focus. Okay, but I am considering more and more bringing those stories back as Blue. And I'll just have to be, clear that, these won't be consistent. I can barely get down 3 pages of story, let alone a novel-length story. It takes a lot. Can't lie about that. I mean, people who can churn out, 2 or 3 novels a year, I just don't know how you do it. And I'm pretty sure I saw something with... I know Stephen King is rather an exception to every rule when it comes to writing speed. But I'm pretty sure he said, a month to plan, a month to write, a month to edit. And that's just... How? How? I don't know how anyone can do that. The cabbage harvest has begun. Oh dear. And then there's my high fantasy, which it's meant to start off as a trilogy with the one running story in the trilogy, and then become a quintet? Pentology? 5 books. Meant to have 2 more books at the end. Sort of a bigger world story and finishing up, and both probably quite long. And who knows what'll actually happen when I actually sit down to write the thing. Again, the high fantasy is one when most of the first book is probably written in rough draft. There's an awful lot of changes that'll need to be made, given, a lot changes in my head in the years since I've actually written that part. But, I keep hoping it wouldn't take me too long if I jumped over to it, but it always does. So I'm just trying to stick with my main magical project. The high fantasy is incredibly close to my heart, though. All of my stories are, but there's something about my high fantasy that's just... I hope you'll like it when I eventually get to it. Okay, Latui will now disappear. Enjoy the rest of the stream. Or bye-bye, Latui. Thank you so much for coming. And I hope the rest of your day is gorgeous. The high fantasy. I also have a dystopian story that I adore, which... Yeah, I thought of something new for that recently that made me wonder, could I get it done faster? The answer is no. The answer is no. But, yes, I like this dystopian one. There's lots of trains involved, and I actually probably wouldn't have thought of my main magical project if I hadn't been working on this dystopian one. There's quite a few similarities between them. Lots of similarities there. I think that's fine. I think you'll spot a lot of similarities and themes shared between a lot of my works, and I think that's because I'm just working on them all simultaneously. Oh dear, what else is there? Oh, there's the first novel I actually wrote, which needs so much overhaul, but I'd love it if I could actually pull it together one time. I guess that one's sort of a modern fantasy. Oh dear, what's the term? Maybe, well, there's some low fantasy aspects and some high fantasy aspects. There's lots of viewpoints in that one. But this was, before I actually knew how to write a little bit. So I believe there was a fair amount of swapping point of view in the same chapter without indicating, and I wasn't writing close third, then I was writing sort of a drifty narrator off towards the back, which I really don't like, so I'll have to go in and fix all that. Anytime you talk about your magical project, I'm imagining grimdark magical girls for some reason. Well, for starters, there's more magical boys than girls, honestly, in this team. We only get one of them to start with, and then we keep building the team with each book. But there are magical boys, there are magical girls, there are magical friends. And it's meant to be sort of, fun to start with, and still be fun throughout, but it does get pretty dang dark, honestly. It gets pretty dark. It definitely has its dark moments in the first book, but in general I've been trying not to let it get too dark in book 1. Let's give it time. Give it time to be reasonably joyful. Oh dear. It definitely doesn't take itself too seriously. That's something, at least. What else do I work on in my head? Oh yeah, I started thinking about a random... Well, I combined two ideas this month to work on something else, which is sort of a cozy death story, which I'm not sure if I'm going to go ahead with. It's just floating there still as a maybe. So we're just sitting here staring at the fields while I talk. I hope people don't mind too much. Let's go see if there's any graveyard clearing going. Oh, look at all that work they've done while we've been talking. That's incredible. Did I hear cozy death? You did. You did. Just, oh dear. I combined a thought I'd had during my typing career. I used to type legal stuff and sometimes came across some rather unpleasant things. And I had an idea from then, but I was never sure about actually using it. Just didn't feel right, sort of. Then I had another idea. I believe it was actually my mother library's idea initially, and it just fused with this other idea and, you know, haunted crematorium sort of thing. But a few other things going on there. Sorry, I'm just trying to remember all my projects. There's so many of them. I had another dystopian one which I'm not sure I'm gonna keep going with. I'd like to, because again there's a fair amount written, but there's some aspects of it that I'm not sure about anymore and would take an awful lot of overhaul to pull into place. It's fun though. I guess it's not quite dark academia, but the idea is, you know, people brought to sort of serve angels as such, but serving angels is pretty much just acting as their servants and, well, serving angels, servants, of course. But a lot of it's to do with fashion and, you know, presenting them to the world as some kind of superstars or something. But, and the school for kids doing that being a little brutal. And, yeah, went into a whole lot of legal stuff, funnily enough. Lots of legal stuff pops up in my books. I like combining, you know, fantasy and law and stuff like that, and how laws would work in these worlds. It'll pop up a lot in the shapeshifter one too. Sorry, I know I have so many other stories. Oh yeah, there's the one where the one set in the shapeshifter and high fantasy world later on, where the main character has an affinity with cement and can talk to cement and uses that to, you know, solve crimes and such. Yeah, haven't worked on that one much at all. It's just a fun idea. And oh yeah, of course, I've got the one I worked on for NaNoWriMo last year, the fate being quantifiable, sort of a fate particle that settles on some people more than others, sort of thing. And gathering up the people of high fate to sort of nudge in the right direction. So, you know, in the end, they're just sort of producing tyrants, pretty much. And I've got my... Oh, what is it? I just refer to it as Stone because I've never thought of a better title for it. About, the ghost of a warrior who's still attached to his stone, his headstone, and he's afraid of passing further on. But I think he winds up deciding to do so someone can go on a quest, can go on the quest to return him to his homeland or something, to save someone else. It sounds awful like that. I just can't think of the best way to describe it. It's fun, and I had started working on it more at one point, thinking it could be a nice quick one to get done. Are you starting to hear a pattern here? Oh dear. And I'd forgotten my... Oh, there was story I thought of middle of last year that I just got so excited about. And I probably don't want to describe it too much because I love it so much, and yeah, I think it's the first story I've ever come up with that I had the thought, this could actually sell, as opposed to I just love this. This could actually sell. It's it's fae based. It's fairy and set in a town in Wales that's been magically off the map for about 5 or 6 millennia, and them suddenly popping back in, I think after World War One, because they, you know, shield hard to shield from planes. Get that bread, Blue. I would like to. I have to write the thing first. And I had so many ideas for it, and I've got the whole plan down really quickly, and I'm super excited about it, and the cabbage field is cleared, so let's redistribute farmers. We'll leave them on the orchard for now. I would very, very much like to get that bread, but that does involve finishing something and it being good. And I'm not sure about traditional publishing these days. I'm definitely not sure about self-publishing these days, but traditional publishing just keeps doing things that makes me think it's just not worth it. And I say that now, and I'm sure if I was ever actually offered a deal, I'd jump on it immediately and just see how quickly Blue turns on her values in the hope of getting paid. I only participate in capitalism because I have to. I've got a small one to look after. Maybe we should try to build some more houses during winter. Well, this story idea, tentatively titled Till the Moon Takes Flight, because I think I've found a way to work the poem The Stolen Child in there, so that could be fun. But yeah, I think that one's good because it hits some tropes, and I'm not really a fan of writing to tropes at all. And I've started worrying, my books have no tropes, no one's going to like them. But as American, I understand that capitalism bit. Indeed, it's a problem. It's not working, and I don't think it's ever worked. But somehow people keep pushing on with the capitalism thing. Not that I really have any alternatives to suggest. It's not like communism has worked out all that well each time it's been attempted, has it? I think that's just because people are people. And ideals are ideals. I do joke sometimes that I'm, the world's most materialistic socialist. Oh dear. I have not reassigned all my lovely farmers. Ooh, we've got some skins. Look at our tool collection. That's just marvellous, isn't it? And yes, I just used the word marvellous. We have lots of logs to play with here. Get our woodcutter going to up our fireworks stalls. I'm going to feel terrible if I've forgotten any of my stories. I'm sure I have. Oh dear. Oh yeah. My first nano novel. Yeah. Again, one you'd hope I could pull together fairly quickly, because it's not that long for me. It's at 80,000 words. But again, so much has to change, and I just worry that it sounds stupid. And I think I have to change the setting a bit, or at least, make it more fantastical. That is another option, but I really think I just need to focus on my main magical project as much as I can, because I adore all of my stories, but at the moment it's still the main magical story that makes me glow the most. And I've spent so much time on it. As in, the last 5 years I've been writing almost nothing else, and it's still not done. Sorry. Trying not to be a downer. We haven't had many kids born this year, have we? Let's maybe set up another 2 houses. And pop a path down here. Ready to go. Look at that, it's cleared. I don't know where all of our trees came from. Now we need the stone. We do not have enough stone. Okay, laborers, where are you? It's time to mine. Oh, you know, quarry. One of them. Ah! Please, let me quarry. Please. Please quarry stone. Pick up the stone. Oh, there's some over here. And there's more over here. It's stone time, people. And notice how I caught myself before I said it's time to get stoned. My self-control is just incredible. Oh dear. Oh, clothing limit. What are you talking about? Let's make that 100 units of clothing. Goodness me, we're about to hit our food limit too, aren't we? How do we increase that? Click on you. Let's make this 8,000. No, we don't really need it to be that high yet. Our population is not growing too quickly, is it? That's okay. Oh. I'll still keep the farmers on here until winter hits. Why does everyone make the paths priority? Oh dear. Oh, stone is coming. Thank you, Tie Lord, for this offering of stone to your future dead. I'm sure they very much appreciate it. How many graves will fit in here, do you reckon? I'm going to go with 99, given that's the biggest graveyard we could build. The reserve of stone is low. You don't say. Why do you think I have X'd so much stone? So much stone. Where are my laborers? Are you about to stone for stone? What's the graveyard's benefits? When people die, they have somewhere to go and it improves people's happiness. People get upset if people die and there is no graveyard. And I want to keep my people as happy as possible. And also it just feels sort of mean to not have a graveyard. We're lucky no one's died yet. I mean, people can die in childbirth. Hunters can be killed by wild boars and such. Trees can fall on people chopping down the trees. And there's old age, which is going to start approaching eventually. I think healthy people generally live to late 60s, early 70s at this point. In my other game, I was just sitting there waiting for these 2 old widows to die so some young couples could move into their houses, and I felt like a terrible person. But yeah, we kind of needed our population to expand. I am sorry, lovely old ladies. You served your town so loyally and so well. There's room in these houses for more. Oh, it's snowing. Let's maybe stop working the peaches for now and get the 2 other works. Let's build those up a little bit. And the rest of you I will pop on building, because I'm still hopeful the builders go and gather resources they don't have. Okay, our tailor is finished up there. Sorry, I hope I didn't bore you all with going through all of my stories. I'm not even sure that's it. I have tried several times to make master sheets of every single story I've sort of got as something I actually want to happen. But I'm sure that's most of the main ones. Oh my goodness me, I forgot an important one. I forgot my other magical girl story. We are here for library VTuber. How dare you think we'd be bored of such things? Well, I suppose it's just I haven't quite built up my confidence as a streamer or anything else just yet, so I still need to figure out what people like to hear, what people want to hear, what people like to chat about. You may not have noticed, well, I suppose it's difficult to notice here when I'm the only one talking out loud, but I'm not so great in social situations. Yeah, I think I'm a lot for people sometimes. Well, either I'm a lot or I'm just not enough at all. I am a library of extremes, all or nothing, all the time. Oh dear. Yes, I'd forgotten about, I was reading The Wandering Inn. That was a wild tangent there, I'm sorry. Yes, can't forget about reading The Wandering Inn. Felt. Felt? Felt. Oh dear. Okay, so what else do we have to build? We've got a marketplace, a trading post. I probably want to put the marketplace as central as I can to houses. And we'll wind up having to build more than the one eventually. And I imagine some people build all over the dang map with, you know, pockets of areas for forestry and such. So I imagine we'll need the hunting and fishing and gathering less once you have lots of pastures and fields of all different kinds going, but imagine you'd still want a few pockets of that going. Oh, hello, winter. What a pleasant white blanket you bring this year. Oh dear, I'm tired. Yes, we have not been fruitful in ways of population this year, have we? Not fruitful at all. This God simulator will give me anxiety, I think. Seems so detailed. Would Strimmer like to slip? Strimmer will keep going till roughly midnight, and then Strimmer will sing and sleep. Ah, dear. It'd be nice if we could go till the graveyard was built, but I just don't trust these people to build it, you know, before even next winter is over. Have all the logs here, that's pleasant. How goes the stoning? Not the unpleasant type of stoning, the collecting stone for useful uses. Not the using of stones for unpleasant uses. Ah, dear. Yes, for Wednesday's stream, it's going to be my second typing one. And I had meant to get a new keyboard before then, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. But I won't use this my wireless one because I'm pretty sure the wirelessness was messing with my speeds. So I'll dig out an older USB keyboard to see if that's any better. But I'm just a bit concerned, I guess, because it's a bit of an old keyboard. So I can't remember if it's gummy at all. I hope not. My laptop's a bit gummy. I'm hoping this one's not. I should probably get it out tomorrow and have a bit of a trial run. Oh dear, you are standing on a building site, child. Hi, Danny. You are idling. Oh dear, so we had cabbages last year. It'll be corn this year. We have so much food. We need more population. I should probably build a town center, because then I can welcome refugees then. And refugees are wonderful when it comes to population growth. Oh dear. I'm tempted to play until we get some peaches so we can build a tavern, but I probably shouldn't. No, I think sleep would probably be wise tonight. I'm sure I fell asleep all right the other night. I just don't remember what I did differently. Peach run 80%. Oh dear. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Sorry for the yawn. Alright, I should be watching the graveyard, shouldn't I? That's where stuff should be happening. Just slow supply of stone. Please mine stone. Please? Are you currently mining stone, my friends? Look, there is stone here. It is marked for mining. There is someone mining it. Oh my goodness me. Caitlin, hello. Oh no, don't give me the odds. It's not even 8 AM yet for me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, I do not mean to spread yawns. Particularly not over the internet. That's just inconsiderate of me. All this talk of peaches makes me want peach cobbler. I have never had peach cobbler because Blue does not eat peach. Blue is finding herself more and more averse to the smell of peaches as her age progresses. I think it's linked to some sort of childhood memory, but the smell of peaches in particular, I have a thing about. I mean, you know, Blue is not really a fan of fruit in general, but something about the smell of peach does something weird to her olfactory system. But peach cobbler, I'm sure, is lovely for people who like peaches and cobbling. It's oh dear, what kind of dessert is it? Is a cobble like a kind of pie or something, or a layered thing? What am I thinking of? Trifle. Is it like a kind of trifle or something? Because peach cobbler is a term I've heard a lot, but I don't actually know what to attach it to in terms of visualization. Oh dear. Getting there with the stone. Doing very well. Would more encouragement. Should I be more encouraging and less do better than you're currently doing? Oh, dearie me. How are these going? Shouldn't be long, so long as people actually collect stone. Maybe if I bring this down to 2 people and just have more laborers laser focused on stone. I don't have to prioritize the stone, do I? Cobblers are reverse pies, crust on top usually, softer too, I'm pretty sure. Okay. So like it's open on the bottom with just the crust on the top. Fortunate about not liking the fruits. Peach cobbler is like a tray of pie. Okay. Okay. Yes, I imagine I am the only person. I am, you know. Oh, what's the word? I honestly cannot think of this word. It's a very simple word. I'm only doing myself no favors by not eating fruit, and I know that. But it's a difficult thing. I do bananas and I do avocados and I do most of the fruits that masquerade as vegetables, but not berries or apples or citrus or anything. I love the flavor of citrus in cooking and in things like lollies or candy, I guess you'd call them. a lot of you will call them. I call them lollies. But yeah, citrus flavor is good. I've put citrus flavors as one of the main source of flavors in my main magical project's cuisine, or the cuisine of that the main city, the city we spend most of our time in. Do we even leave the city? I think we possibly will once, really late. But there's no need to really leave the city because that's where all the magical action's going on. I think we'll go to some islands. They're actually technically part of the city. They're little city district islands, like cute little villages. You're already an Aussie. Can't believe you also flip with your veggie fruit opinions. I'm sorry. On the plus side, I do love corn. And corn is nice. Oh dear. I suppose being an Aussie, I should probably ask, what is your opinion on Vegemite? I eat it almost every day. Vegemite and cheese sandwiches are the best. There's no sarcasm in that. I adore Vegemite and cheese sandwiches. They're just amazingly delicious. Really good for breakfast. I love Vegemite and cheese sandwiches for breakfast. Never had it, but would like to. It's worth it, I think. I don't know how different it is from other versions like the British Marmite and such, but I will always vouch for Vegemite. Just don't put too much on. It's meant to be a very little bit. Just a little bit, please. Otherwise, it'll overpower you. Haven't tried it yet. We'll try eventually, but haven't heard good things. I've been eating it my entire life, and I adore it. The father library calls it toxic waste. He does not enjoy it at all. If I love shrimp paste, I think enough with Vegemite. Oh, I have not tried shrimp paste. I'm not really a shrimp eater. Shrimp. I'm only saying shrimp now because I'm used to using it for the main magical project, and I'm leaning into American English for that one, but we usually go with prawn down here. No, the small one likes prawns. I like prawn crackers, but I have not ventured further into the prawn cuisine area myself. I'm a little iffy with seafood, probably because of my my morbid fear of fish. I eat fish occasionally. I'm really not a fan of the taste. I like calamari quite a lot. I thought prawns were like bigger. I'm not sure actually. We do have tiny cocktail prawns as well. I think prawn and shrimp, I'm pretty sure, at least the way we think about them, it's interchangeable and it's all sizes. That's why I always got so confused about the, toss a shrimp on the Barbie sort of thing. Like, what's a shrimp? Prawns on the Barbie, maybe. I remember enjoying scallops when I've eaten them because, when I was living in Japan and seafood was ordered at izakayas and stuff, I would partake. I'd never order it myself, but I partake. And, actually, it wasn't a izakaya, at a yakiniku place. We once ordered scallops with butter and cooked them on the yakiniku hot plate, and that was really good. Shrimp and sushi are a couple of things I miss on occasion going vegetarian. Oh dear. Yeah, I imagine things like that may be missed, but going vegetarian, good on you. I mean, I try to cook vegetarian when I can. A lot of the reason being meat is just so dang expensive. But I haven't felt really good about cooking meat recently. It's just, I still do it plenty, but yeah, it isn't a thing I feel good about doing, and I try to look for alternatives whenever I can now. But, when I eat out, I generally still go all meat all the time. Which is probably very hypocritical of me. But I've considered trying to go all out vegetarian now and then. I don't think I have the willpower, sadly. But yes, I do try to cook vegetarian as much as possible. It's late winter and we've just hit midnight, so let's get to early spring and then we might have to call it a night. I've been on a full meal plan for the past 3 years or so. I love cooking, but I forget how long it takes. It does take a lot of time and effort. And the small one just loves whole foods so much, and she'd generally prefer to just eat whole foods uncooked. She loves salad. Her favourite things are cherry tomatoes. She would just devour a punnet or two of those a day if I could afford it. But yeah, so I don't cook for her as much as I probably should. She generally she enjoys cooked food generally when I cook it for her, but she just prefers to eat salad on her own. So yeah, I generally fall out of the habit of cooking. Your little one has a much healthier palate than mine and my peers. Don't worry about it too much. Everyone eats. Being fed is more important than moral purity, in my opinion. I think that's a good way to look at things, yes. I think it's just, the way meat is farmed still isn't very sustainable, is it? I should probably do more research into it, but if things were done more sustainably, possibly I'd feel better about it too. But, we're still in late winter. But the snows have cleared, yet it is still snowing. This town is confused. Ah, dear. Sorry, we didn't have an oh dear counter going this stream, but I imagine it would be fairly high right about now. Okay, so we'll have 2 houses on the go. Take it the graveyard's not done yet. Not quite. Building up the stone reserves. Oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Oh dear. So at least we got our herbalist done. We've got a new barn. We've got the graveyard in the works. We've got 2 new houses. We've got 2 houses in the works. And we've hit early spring. Let me save this. Melrod, we are new Isengard. And we are paused because my people are standing very, very still. Ah, yes. I haven't decided if I'll start another game next week or if we'll keep going with Banished for a bit longer. Given, I'm not feeling fantastic, I'll probably keep going with Banished just so I don't have to think so much. And we'll pick another game to give a go soon. Survived another winter. We did. We made it. We made it. And we kind of have plans for next time. We'll hopefully have some peaches. Hopefully have some peaches this year and we can build a tavern. Ooh. Ever play good Minecraft? I remember trying to play Minecraft once. I wound up just digging a hole and hiding. No, I imagine watching me try to learn how to play Minecraft would be incredibly frustrating. Unless people take pleasure from watching someone who has no idea what they're doing fumble around in the dark screaming in terror. Oh dear. So yeah, Minecraft, maybe not for a while at least. No shame in one night in a hole. Yeah, I think it would take me a very long time, to figure out how to craft everything. And I suppose I can always have a cheat sheet opened up, but that just doesn't feel right. Minecraft's your first horror game stream. Oh no, oh no. Oh dear. I haven't really settled on another game yet, but if anyone does have any suggestions, I'm probably leaning more towards story-based things because I'm library, but I would have to double check that the game developers are happy to just stream without getting special permission. And there's quite a few like that. I think Atlas and Persona are generally okay if you follow a few certain rules that they're actually pretty clear about, which is good. So many game companies are not clear at all. Don't all save lives. Yes, what were the other ones I was thinking about? Spiritfarer as a maybe. Undertale as a maybe, but I'm just a little worried about infuriating the underworld of the Undertale community. They are very passionate about that game, it seems, and yeah, I do not want to anger them. And I was thinking about Final Fantasy Pixel remakes, and I was thinking about Persona 3. There is a lot to consider. Many games, only a few streams a week, and I probably don't want to do more than 2 game streams a week, and even then it's probably better to do one given library. But you would forgive me, wouldn't you, if I leaned a little more heavily on games for a while I try to find my footing with writing. Quarry is a horror story game. It's also pretty funny, and you can poll chat for the choices. Quarry. Let me be old school and write that down on a piece of paper. I shall look into it and see if the developers are both clear and cool. Do what you need to do, Blue. Thank you. I think it's just natural to try to think of you guys first and what you will enjoy. But I suppose if I don't have the energy to do it, it's a bit hard to take that into account too. So yes, maybe once I actually start writing my main magical project more again, we might wind up dropping, weekly or bi-weekly writing streams for just a little while. I suppose we can bring up the brainstorming ones, because that's, having fun with thinking about stories without the pressure of actually writing them. So I'll think about that. I think I've picked what short story I want to do this week. It's not wholly written yet, so I'm hoping I find time during the week to pull it together. It should be a really short one, as in, even shorter than the dragons one. It should be shorter than that. But I hope it's fun. It makes me giggle, at least. It's funny how writing is the hardest part of writing. I know. It's, how many times I think of 8-year-old Blue and just, what were you thinking? And can you possibly be less stubborn as you get older so you can stop thinking about it? Oh dear. We should probably... I did just save, didn't I? So don't need to worry about that. Let's jump over just briefly into the chat screen so we can sing without the background music. Bye-bye, Banished. Shall see you later. Next week, probably. Here we are. Lovely chat screen. Whoa, I am a little... Whoa. Yeah, I probably need some water. What was that about dehydrating myself playing games? And yes, I forgot the name of the song we sing at the end again. So yes, Wednesday will be typey, chatty stream, probably. And assuming I can pull the story together, Saturday will be a story stream. And if not, I will probably change to either jumping back into Neopets for a little while, or maybe a brainstorming stream. We will see. Parting Glass. Yes, that's the one. That's the one. Oh dear. I should probably try not to tangent anymore and just get into the song and get to bed. I should probably cleanse first, though. Cleansing is an important thing. Okay, so thank you so much again for coming and playing Banished with me. It was fun, although I am wondering if, as we keep playing, we're going to have to start speeding up time a little bit. Just for Blue's sanity at the very least. Oh dear. So, thank you again. And wherever you are in the world, good night, good evening, good afternoon, good morning. And I hope the rest of your day is absolutely lovely, because that is what you deserve, and we should do our best to remember that. Let's sing goodbye. Of all the money that here I had... Oh dear, sorry, cracking already. I have spent it in good company. Oh, and all the harm I've ever done, alas, it was to none but me. And all I've done for want of wit, to memory now I can't recall. So fill to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be to you all. Oh, thank you for another lovely stream. Have a good sleep. Thank you so much. Thank you, and until next time. Until next time, where's my ending screen? Here it is. Bye-bye.